It's going to be a great night in Melbourne. And away we go. And a revealing one too. These two teams going at it. Off hands. Refs will confer. It's Wallace inside to George, speaking of great years. Kayla can't finish there. She started slow in games recently. Nelson Ododa has just grown immensely over the last month. Maddie Rocci off to Jackson. Spent a couple of years in the front office working with the Boomers when she retired the first time. So Blitzarves, we speak of veterans having great years. Someone she would have watched growing up in the States when LJ was a mega star. Heavy work off the ball. Wallace steps through traffic and one. As Beck Cole gets back to her feet.
My teammate, you saw this screen coming and Thornton didn't, or perhaps potentially with the crowd being so loud.
Wallace wants to put speed on as per usual. Can she shake Beck Cole? Back out to George, now to Murray. They work it to the corner for Mitchell. Flyers will retain possession. Boomers off to a quick start. They lead by 6. Maddie Rocci gets to the rack.
So we see Thornton go down pretty heavy. Physicality on point from both of these teams at the start.
Good heads-up play. Mitchell got there as well. She gets the ball back. George puts it on the floor against Jackson. Screen comes from Nelson Ododa, but Jackson read it superbly. Pops it over the top to Rocci, who finishes. Jackson to Rocci. Thought about the 3 against Mitchell. Jackson against Nelson Ododa. It's going to be a fun battle to watch tonight.
That move she's been doing her whole career.
Caitlin Thornton has been cleared by the Southside medical staff with a message going down to Coach Cheryl Chambers that she's A-OK to be subbed back into this game.
Watch to Rocci. Blitzarves gives the Flyers the lead.
Flying Sarah Blitzarves on the 3-point line and she went whack.
Melbourne led by 6. They now trail by 1. It's been a great response from Southside. George against Ernst, another of the veterans. The Boomers retain possession. Mitchell wants to work on Blitzarves. Can she take it to the rack? She'll try. She does. Flyers won the first game in this 3-game Michelle Timms Cup series. They'd love to close out the season series. Mitchell from long range.
Robust kind of wing player. Her ability to knock down the 3 at 52% this season, incredible.
Leading average scorer as Blitzarves lays in another 2. Wallace, Madgen and Conti going at it. Off the ball. Here's Christie. Lovely touch.
Love it.
To the Blitzarves. Could be the final play. They'll go early. Blitzarves comes up with the points, and it's a 1-point game.
She wants them to box out here. She said she hasn't seen them run transition once, so let's run it. I love the reaction from Lauren Jackson as Sarah Blitzarves came off the court with the quarter-high 11 points. She had.
Flies back in front early in this second term. Murray to Wallace. Finds the bottom of the net.
Speaks about ball movement. It gets a bit stagnant left in the point guard's hands. They get to one side and get a little bit stuck. They need to reverse it to the other side as we see Thornton with a nice little fadeaway against the length of George there.
Here's Wallace. Nelson Ododa. Back to Christie. Great find.
And that's what's going to open up when the likes of Conti and Rocci are up and in.
Here's Beck Cole. Off to Sarah. Sets her feet and pulls the trigger.
Why not for the 251 gamer? She finished with 11 points. And Gina Ariyama as well. So she comes from good pedigree.
Her dad, Sebastian, was a professional player. Her 2 brothers, both professional players. And Kayla Thornton, she's a professional player.
Kayla's having 16 points and 6 points. Kayla, I should say, is having 16 points and a touch over 6 rebounds a game this season.
Here's the other Kayla from that favourite spot of hers. Bucket to bucket continues. Rocci to Jackson. Now to Blitzarves for another 3. Oh, he's feeling it tonight.
Deja vu.
The shot drop.
Operation successful. Patient died there. That was exact execution out of the timeout that Chris wanted. They just couldn't find the bottom of the net, but someone is finding the bottom of the net.
Comes into a dead end. Here's Murray. She's been hot all year, Mia Murray. Yep.
Great defense, just better offense in that case. But the vet just had a few more tricks in her toolkit there and had a nice little finish.
Blitzarves on 17 points. Make it 20. The Boomers gone a little cold at the offensive end in the second term. Shots just not dropping for them. They're getting some good looks. Here's Rocci. She takes on Mitchell and finishes. Got there in the end.
Eradicate any type of bullying, if you will, from one team to another. Oh,
Wow.
talk about bullying.
What a heads-up play from Christy Wallace.
In her ability here, as you see, Christy Wallace with all the smarts against Maddie Rocci. Thought she was going to close out.
Inbounds it off the back of Maddie Rocci, who's looking in the other direction, gets it back, makes the two. Bishop for the response.
And that's just no respect paid by Kayla George.
Boomers 12 from 22 from the field right now, which doesn't sound too bad, but they were going well in the first term. They've been cold in the second. Rocci steps through, and Maddie's up to 8 points. Having said that, the Boomers have had some shots they would normally expect to make. They just haven't. Who can break the drought here? Is it Nelson Adota? It is. They needed that too. They need a couple more. All flies in the second term. Taking control of the tempo. Blitzarves has been white hot. White hot. Davidson, Wallace. Here's Madgen wide open. They needed it and Tess delivers. Good ball there from Maddie Rocci. Will she go herself? She'll feed it back to Cole. Thought about the gift to Jackson, goes the second time. Rocci's open again. Steps to the free throw line and finishes. Nelson Adota hauls it in. Wants to give it off to Wallace. Does give it off to Wallace.
Play off her, feed off her. She's actually a really good passer, and then Kayla George can get in on the action as well.
Blitzarves. Why not? When it's your night, it's your night. Murray receives from Wallace off to Nelson Adota, and now Mitchell. George looking to get position against Thornton. Lovely feed inside to Nelson Adota.
I feel like the momentum and the swing obviously is with the Flyers, but you just know the Melbourne Boomers are capable of what? And if they hang around long enough.
George to Mitchell. Boomers trying to hang in here. Mitchell pops it over the top. Wallace, big bucket. Mitchell, Wallace rather, just strips her of the ball. Waits for the cavalry to arrive. It's Nelson Adota from the stripe. Take a turn defending inside when she needs to. Here's Davidson. Mitchell. And she starts to warm up. Tiff to double figures. She's got 10. Back to Nadio. Pop over the top to Blitzarves. He's been lights out tonight. 10 of 11. Can Southside open up a real gap here and set themselves up for the last turn? Blitzarves just having a stunning night. They've got the game on their terms once again. Blitzarves, 29 points. Conti had an impact. Here's Sarah again. Are you kidding? She's up to 32. Can Melbourne get hot here? We know they can pour on points in a hurry. And some of their big names start to have an impact, particularly Kayla George. Well, that'll help. She was 4 for 14 until that shot. Rocci to the corner. Why not? Why not? George. Madgen. Foul and one.
More minutes under her belt. Gets the foot speed back, the timing back, and she'll only help the Melbourne Boomers outfit.
There's the record for Sarah Blitzarves, 39 points. It's been applied to the Flyers, by the Flyers rather. Even when they're open, they're still feeling a little rushed. Haven't been able to find a groove. Nice pass inside to Jackson. So Tiff came into the game under a bit of an injury cloud. He's had 10 points, hasn't had quite the same dynamic effect tonight. Murray finds a rare bucket. She's had a superb season. February 22, right here on Wednesday Night Hoops. Mitchell, George. Haley gets one to go late. Far in results, anyone can beat anyone on any given night. So that top four is going to be highly competitive. First to get there, Blitzarves with 40.
She missed out on Olympic selection. She was cut from WNBA training camp while she was in quarantine in 2021. She made the Olympics. As we know, it's an incredible story. She's got family and friends here tonight.
But Southside and Sarah blitzed them tonight. Southside 88, Boomers 70.